Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Hello. So obviously this video is going to be a little bit different as I'm doing a voiceover, but honestly I'll see if this continues to stay or not. But for now, let's just get into the video. Why not? Now, almost immediately at the start of the round, I'm already being chased, which is not the best thing for a chance player. But I noticed the fact that I have 3 charges, so as soon as this person hits the wall, I try to go for a shot, but end up exploding on myself.
Are you kidding me? Oh god.
And after a bit of running, I managed to get away and search for a med kit, anything to heal myself, but I take a little stop for a generator, which soon makes me realize that I'm not really that good at these. And after finishing yet another generator, I've managed to find a Bloxy Cola, which hopefully will be useful some other time. And I actually end up finding the murderer, murdering someone, but for some reason I end up shooting them while they're in the killing animation, which does nothing. But if you look carefully, you can see that this player dropped a medkit. So while the killer goes out to chase someone else, I take the time to quickly sneak over and yoink the medkit for myself. I then quickly find a place to heal up. And I decide to be useful by looking around the map for generators to help my teammates out.
Bam!
And in my search, I even finally hit the killer for once. And after doing that, the round comes to an end. Let's go! And before the next round can come to a start, I hit a violent jig. To start off, I do my usual, gamble, and also look for generators, of course. But before I can even do that, the killer is already on our tail. But while I look out for the killer, they hit me through a wall. And you know, despite being on fire, I for some reason thought it would be a great idea to go back. And actually, it didn't turn out to be a bad idea, as I actually ended up stunning the killer. Huh. But even though I stunned the killer, I still made my way out of there. After my great adventure, I make it to the opposite side of the map where I think I'm completely safe away from the murderer until, well, this happens. You know, maybe I'm not that good of a gambler. But you know, that doesn't matter, because now it's my turn to hunt them down. But immediately to start off the round, I'm already getting juked out of my mind. So, of course, I just switched targets. And well, that was definitely the better idea, as it was a much easier kill. And that's one down. And I then go back to chasing the person who juked me before in an act of revenge. Only for this Elliot to heal them. But despite that, I continue my pursuit on them until I finally get them. Let's go. And honestly, I don't feel like commentating this whole thing, so I'm just gonna use the power of editing.
Driving in my car right after a beer. Hey, that bomb is shaped like a deer.
And just like that, we're down to our final survivor. And you know, this kill actually made me kinda happy. It was the Elliot that healed everyone, so I was satisfied. And you know, even though I had fun with my little killing spree, I had to go back to being the gambler I was. Oh, and for once, I finally start hitting my shots. Surprising. You know, even though I have a really high weakness, I keep that gambler mentality going. Since, well, I rarely hatfix. And to explain this, what can I say? I'm a simp. But hey, to make up for it, I hit a pretty good shot. And well, right after that, another. And well, if I had to say, honestly, this has been the easiest round. I barely did anything. Now, as this round goes on, I just have to say that this round has to include one of the funniest moments of all time. Now, going into this round, I was actually kind of weary because it's a no-late and I was afraid I was going to start going schizophrenic. But we'll see. And I don't know about most of you guys who play against the Noli, but personally, I don't ever do any generators because I'm afraid of getting, hallucinations. But for the first beginning of the game, I actually wasn't too worried as I thought it would be, since I was doing actually pretty well for myself. And as I'm walking by, I see another fellow chance spreader, but hold up. Back up a bit. What's wrong with them? Well, besides that, I continue as normal, letting my teammates, get brutally chased down by the killer. But don't worry, I decide to help later. Alright, well that should have hit. Yeah, sorry, but that guy's on his own. Well, hello there. Oh, and then this happened. If you hear my sister screaming in the background, just ignore it. And if I'm being honest, that had to be the highlight of my day, except for, talking to my girlfriend. And well, after whatever that was, the round actually ended up going pretty well, as I had no reason to fear this Noli. They really weren't that good. And well, after dodging and weaving the killer multiple times and even shooting them once, the round finally came to an end. The final round. Well, now, honestly, both editing and making this video were both actually really fun, and I'd like to do this again. So if you guys would want more content from me, once again, subscribe, why not?